This is part 2 of projects. Like I said, we could spend all day just taking a look at projects, but this is a cool little trick. So we're not just uploading documents that that we're bringing in from our office, like spreadsheets and Word documents and so forth. We're actually going to create basically a program in natural language and save it as a document to a project, and then each time you call that project, it'll execute the program. So this will be a really simple example, but you can get a sense of what's possible. We'll take a look. See ya. Hey there, back inside. All right, so this is a little different with projects. So in the previous video, you can check it out right here. We took a look at setting up a project, uploading a document to it, chatting with it, creating a new chat with the same document in the same project, and then creating an artifact and adding that to the project. All really useful. So what we're going to do today is actually use the files to store instructions. So it's a lot easier for me to show you than to try to explain it. So we're going to open up projects here, and not artifacts, projects, and we're going to create a new project. And I'm going to say demo application project. I call it an application because that's essentially what it is. We're going to create commands for the project to follow, instructions basically. And what is a computer program other than just instructions for a computer to follow? And the great thing, the marvelous thing now is that we can use natural language to create instructions for a computer. Amazing. All right, so I'm going to create the project. And so what's really nice here is you can add text directly. So before we uploaded a document to projects, now we can just create it. So I'm going to call this, I'm creating instructions for Claude to follow. So I'm going to be very explicit here. I'm going to kind of treat it like a computer. So I'm going to say instructions. All right, that's the name of the document. And I'm going to say, you must always start by following these instructions. Okay. And then I'm going to be kind of very obvious here. Let's do this. Okay, so this is an open, it's XML, and it just allows Claude to understand very explicitly when something begins and when something ends. So I'm just putting, this is the beginning of the instructions and this is the end of the instructions. And so I'm kind of making this up on the fly, but you'll catch my drift here. So ask me for a topic and wait for my reply. Then reply, you understand, and repeat the topic. Okay? And then when I write happy beat. See what I'm doing there? So ask me for a topic and wait for my reply. So I would give a topic. And then when I reply that you understand and repeat the topic. That's what Claude is going to do. And then I'm going to issue a command from there. And summarize the available commands. All right. So I'm going to say I'm not even sure this is going to work, but we're going to try it. It's nothing like a demo live. So, all right. So the next command is when I say joke, you are to write me an upbeat joke. Okay. So there's two commands. One is haiku, and one is joke. So we'll see how this works. We might want to play around with how we have this structured. But we're going to save these instructions. So it's basically a computer program. I know it sounds silly because it's just text that we're very comfortable with writing, but it's basically what it is. Did I spell everything right? Okay. So now that is stored in the context of this project. And so let me say hello. See what we get. See if it works. All right, so I see I have instructions to follow. What topic would you like to work with today? So how about going to the beach? Following the instructions. I understand the topic is going to the beach. Here's a summary of available commands. When you write haiku, I will write blah, blah, blah. Ready for commands. So there's my command. Oh boy, how about that? It's looking for us being explicit, so I wasn't expecting that, but that's fine. That's probably good. All right, that's pretty funny. There's our haiku, okay? And then let's say joke. Let's see what bad joke it writes. I'm the master of bad jokes, so see if it can beat me. Why don't beaches ever get stressed out? Because they know how to go with the flow and always have a sure thing to fall back on. Pretty good for my standards. I mean, pretty bad. Anyway, you see what I did there? Now, don't be fooled by the simplicity here, because you can imagine you could have a workflow that you visit a website and you download a product document description, and let's say that whenever you upload that description to a project, you want market analysis to be done. You could write instructions in the project so that all you'd have to do is upload a document, and it would follow the instructions that you wrote for it. So I mean, there's endless possibilities, but we're being very explicit here, and we're treating this like our operating system, this project, and we can be very explicit on what we want it to do. So this is just this is kind of like vibe coding. We're not writing applications per se, like that you run on the web, but this is very much behaving like an application. And I think it's an amazing use case that I don't come across too often. But these programs that you write are portable so that you could share them with colleagues. You could even, here's another thing, is you could go completely meta on it and have Claude write the instructions for itself. And then, maybe we do that in another video. But anyway, you get the drift. It's really powerful. It's one of the main reasons why I use projects all the time. Let me know what you think. Thanks for hanging with me here so long. All right, see ya. Bye.